Italy election. Populist surge amidst hung parliament. We basically called this yesterday. We pretty much suspected this was how it was going to go. But yeah, guys, the populist movement in Italy surged. And while the left did better than they were expecting, they still only got a small percentage. A right-wing coalition is set to win the most votes overall, with the populist five-star movement the biggest single party. Now, you might be wondering why they're saying that they're most likely to win. It's because of the fact that it is a hung parliament, so they will have to go through and link up with one of the other conservative parties or populist movements, which is not a bad thing, I suppose. So yeah, it will be two parties basically running Italy. We have a theory about what they're going to do. We pretty much know how they're going to swing on this. But yeah, it's good for Italy, that's for sure. Italy faces frantic negotiations to form a government after a general election ended in a hung parliament amidst a surge of anti-establishment and right-wing parties. After one day of balloting on Sunday, the rightist alliance, including former Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi, Forenza, my mispronouncing, Italiana, emerged with the biggest block of votes, with roughly 37% according to early returns. He actually did need 40% to outright win, so he was only roughly 3% off, so it's not too bad at all. The anti-establishment five-star movement saw its support soar to become Italy's largest single party, with roughly 31% of the votes. If the results are confirmed, none of the main blocs or groups will be able to rule alone. It's not a bad thing. Paving the way for long negotiations and political uncertainty. Despite overseeing the modest economy recovery, the ruling centre-left coalition came to a distant third, polling at around 23% of the vote. The centre-left was hit hard by widespread anger over persistent poverty, high unemployment, and an influx of more than 600,000 migrants over the past 4 years. Former Prime Minister and leader of the Democratic Party, Matteo Renzi, might resign, Italian media says. Bottom line, Italy is far from having sorted its long-standing problems and now will have new ones, said analyst Lorenzo Corino, might be mispronouncing. Be prepared for a long and complex negotiations that will take months. I don't really think it will, because these two parties that I'm thinking are going to join pretty much want the same thing. So, slight differences, but yeah, I think they're very much going to work together. So, yeah. The surge of populist and Eurosceptic movement in Eurozone's third largest economy will worry Europe. Though neither the Five Star nor the League are advocating an exit from the European Union. It's not entirely accurate. They want to be able to go through and control their own financial section. And if they don't get that, they've said they will leave. They're not afraid to pull the trigger on that. So I would, yeah, while they're not advocating for it at the moment, it is a distinct possibility. Five-star deputy Aslero Daria Battini, I butchered that name, I apologise, described the result as a triumph, adding his real moment of glory. Everyone will have to come and talk to us. The Democratic Party's Michela Mellerina, might be mispronouncing, the minister in the outgoing government, said the result was a very clear defeat. Yeah, you probably should have listened to your people before implementing mass migration. This is very clear result for us, he said. In a surprise result, the right-wing and anti-immigration Eurosceptic League Party of Matteo Salvini surpassed the establishment Forenza Italiana party, capturing around 18%, while Forenza Italiana had less than 14%. According to Rally TV, the coalition would win between 225 and 265 seats in the lower house, far short of the 319 needed for a majority, which is why it's going to be a hung parliament. Five Star would get between 195 and 235 seats. So yeah, look, like I said, obviously it's going to be a hung parliament. It's not a bad thing actually. Hung parliaments are actually quite good. Hung parliaments actually aren't a bad thing because it stops one party from having complete rule. So yeah, it forces them to work with others. During the voting, a topless protester leapt to the table in front of Mr. Barini as he was about to vote. Scrawled across the bare chest were the words, "Barcelona, your time has ran out." I do have the video for that. I'm wondering if I should play it. The election was held amid a weak economy, widespread distrust of the political class, and growing anxiety over migration. Okay, so that feminist movement, Barcelona was what they considered right-wing. She would be a feminist and supporting the left, which is probably why they're jumping up on tables and screaming like a bunch of praying children. So I do have the video. I will play that for you now. I have found a censored version. I'm sorry, guys. You can find the uncensored. It's on the internet. Trust me, I've seen it. But yeah, I was gonna say she's not too bad looking. But moving along, too bad she's a feminist. But guys, look, obviously at the end of the day, look, as for this, yeah, I'm happy. I really am. I'm glad that the Italians came out. They adopted the populist movement. This is another win for the populist movement. Obviously, Trump, Italiana. Yeah, there have been a few cases. Brexit, for example. So yeah, it's definitely the world waking up to this globalism, which is obviously something that I appreciate. But yeah, there are more elections this year. I know Australia has elections. I know there's also other elections elsewhere in the world. So who knows? Who knows what the world will look like in 2019? But guys, apart from that, yeah, as for this, I'll keep you updated on this story. Yeah, but generally I think this is a good thing. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think this is a bad thing? Are you happy? Are you sad? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.